Okay, 2017 DEB mock question 1 was an algebra question. They had 5 bracket 4x plus 3 minus 3 bracket 2 minus 4x. This is a straightforward algebra multiply out brackets question. Okay, in terms of where you could go wrong, just watch your signs when multiplying. For example, there's a minus 3 outside the bracket, so remember it will change the signs of your answers for the second bracket. So you just multiply it out and then tidy it up. So 5 by 4x gives you 20x, 5 by 3 gives you 15, minus 3 by 2 gives you minus 6, minus 3 by minus 4, so a minus by minus gives you a plus, 3 by 4 gives you 12, so you get 12x. And then tidy it up, so you've got 20x and you've got 12x, so you've got 32x altogether, and you've got 15, take away 6, which is 9. Okay, and that's part A done. Part B is a algebraic fraction. So they want you to solve for x. So they've got a double fraction on one side and a single fraction on the other. So how you solve this is you make the side with the two fractions become one fraction. How you do that, advice would be, is put brackets around the parts at the top and at the bottom, and then you're going to crisscross multiply. So the bottom of this comes up and multiplies the top, the bottom comes up and multiplies the top, and your two bottoms multiply each other. So we'll work through that now. So your 5x plus 1 gets multiplied by 2 from here. So that moves up. Your 6 gets multiplied by the second bracket on top. So 6 times 1 minus x. And your 6 and your 2 get multiplied by each other. So when we multiply that out, you're getting 2 times 5, which gives you 10x. 2 times 1, which gives you 2. Plus 6 times 1 gives you plus 6. Plus 6 times minus x gives you minus 6. Over 6 times 2, which is 12. Okay, so now we have a top-heavy fraction. We haven't done anything to this fraction yet. Next step before I proceed is I would tidy up this side. So in terms of tidying up, I have a 10x minus a 6x, so I get a 4x. I have a 2 and a 6, so I get an 8. So I get 4x plus 8 over 12 equal to minus a third. Okay, now you have a fraction equal to a fraction. So what you're going to do is crisscross or cross multiply across the equal sign. So the 3 will come up and multiply the top side, the 12 will come up and multiply the minus 1. You do not multiply the two bottoms in this case. So you only multiply the two bottoms when the fractions are separated by a plus or a minus sign, not by the equal sign. Okay, so when you're multiplying them out, 3 by 4x gives you 12, 3 by 8 gives you 24, and your 12 by your minus 1 gives you minus 12. Final step, tidy it up, so we've got 12x is equal to, bring my 24 over, so I get minus 36. So x is equal to minus 36 divided by 12, which gives you minus 6. Part 3 of that says verify your answer. So verify your answer means plug in minus 3. So plug in minus 3 everywhere there was an x and see do you get the same answer. So write it out, putting your minus 3 in instead of your x. Work out the different bits. So we have 5 times minus 3 plus 1 and 1 times minus 3. So in terms of this, you don't necessarily have to make the top heavy fraction, but you can at the start. So at the top here, I have minus 15 plus 1 over 6. This is multiplying. So we've got 1 minus 3, which becomes 1 plus 3, which gives you 4 over your 2. You can then put them into your calculator if you want. But either way, you're going to solve it and you're going to get minus a third, and minus a third is what we were looking for, so you verified it's correct. Part B of the question, just move it up here, asks you to solve a quadratic and give your answer correct to decimal place. A question telling you to give your answer for quadratic correct to decimal place is basically telling you to use your minus b formula. So the minus b formula is written in the log tables, you just have to remember to find it. So in terms of your quadratic, the quadratic has to be arranged so it's equal to 0, so this one is. So we choose what a was, what b was, and c was. So a is 1, b is plus 5, and c is minus 7. You could write down your formula, so your minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and then plug in the values without multiplying any of them out. Then tidy it up so you get 5 squared, which is 25. You have minus 4 by minus 7, which gives you plus 28. Okay, so when you tidy that up, you will get plus 53 underneath your square root sign. That's what you're looking for. If you get a minus underneath your square root sign, check your state until then. You might have done something wrong. So in terms of this, we've got minus 5 plus or minus square root of 53 over 2. When you plug the square root of 53 into your calculator, you get 7.28. So we have minus 5 plus 7.28 divided by 2 and minus 5 minus 7.28 divided by 2. So when you plug them in, you are getting minus 6.14 or you are getting 1.14.